All right, so now that we have the dashboard done, the all documents done, and we know how to create our different views, the last thing we need to set up is just this quick launch feature over here. The EDM template site has it so that when you hover over these, it flies out. We're going to make that happen here. So first thing we need to do is go to Site Actions and Edit in SharePoint Designer. Just go down there now. You'll click on Master Pages in the side here, and you should see Default, Minimal, and V4 Master. What we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this V4 Master and then work from the copy. When you do this before you start testing, you want to make sure it is set as default so you're actually looking at the site you've been changing. Alright, so you'll notice that it is all very code heavy. We only need to search through and change one bit of code here. We're going to do a search for V4 Quicklaunch, find next, and when we get to this tag with the ID V4 Quicklaunch menu, we're going to scroll over to the right and notice this static display levels and maximum dynamic display levels. These are right now it's 2 and 0. These aren't to be confused with values. They're just a numeric code for the option you want. So instead of saying 2 and 0, we say 1 and 1, and that gives us the flyout functionality that we look for in the EDM template to save that click of going into the header or going, it gets rid of clutter. The next thing we need to do with the quick launch is give it a white background so that it can be seen. I'll link this code at the bottom of the video, but essentially all we do is go to the top of our page and find this area right before the end header tag and just paste in that CSS script so that menu item background color equals white. And that should do it for the quick launch. You'll notice there it just said something about leaving the site definition. This is the master page, so that's okay for us to do. The things we're doing aren't very invasive. So I'm back on the home site, and you'll notice that now we have our header and it flies out to the all documents view, and we can go there without getting rid of or making too much clutter. Now, if you want to augment that quick launch, you need to go to Site Actions, Site Settings. Under Look and Feel, click Quick Launch, and here you can add different headings and navigation links. Headings are these top level views that you see here, like project management, and navigation links are like all documents. If we were to go ahead and add a new heading, let's do the one for business. Of course, the EDM template has the dashboards as the default. Oops. So we are going to just paste the dashboards URL into there and give it the description that we want to see on the quick launch. I'll put business documentation. So we click OK, and now that's an option there. We can click on it and be sent to the business dashboard. But let's go back to that quick launch and show you adding a new navigation link. So this is of course what flies out of there, and out of the business documentation area would usually be the all documents page. So I'm just gonna copy and paste the URL as it would be when you go to the page and find it. And the description, because it doesn't have to be unique, I can just write all documents. Once you build up multiple headings, you can choose which heading to put it under. We, of course, want to put it under business documentation. And again, you'll notice all document flies out from business documentation, and you can click on it and be sent here. Now, while we're on this page, a special little tidbit is that these site pages have this recently modified view that we cannot get rid of from the quick launch without a little bit of code. It does take up space, Not very useful considering we also have a modified by me page. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to step back into SharePoint Designer. And in the same place as before, just above that end header tag, we're going to put in this little bit of style text that I'll again link below the video. And essentially what this style text does is it finds that recent changes and hides it, makes its display equal to none. Simple as that. Click there. Now we can go back and check what that's done. So now that recently modified just won't show up, and we won't need to be pestered by it. Now, in addition to adding site pages to the Quicklaunch, you can also add the different views you've made. If you'll remember in a previous video, we made a project management view that only showed agenda items. So if we go to the project management library and under libraries, select this drop down for the public view, agenda view that we made a while ago. You'll notice here it is pre-filtered to the document type agenda. What I can do is I can take this URL here, copy that, and I'll go back to my Quicklaunch. Here we go. Gonna add a new navigation link, paste in the URL for that view, and again, the description as I want it, I'm gonna put agenda. Make sure it's under project management. And now you saw there, agenda is under, it's one of the options there. And when we click on it, we get sent to our simplified view. And our library tools are right here, so we can do bulk editing, bulk delete, etc. This is the main benefit of these views you can create. They're not as invasive as the all document views, and even though it's convenient to click on all documents and you get to click to know where you're going, if you know you're always going to go to agenda, it'll be much easier to just fly out agenda. There you are, everything you need to see. So that's it for the Quicklaunch. Everything is configured that way, and you can of course add all your other pages in here. It's customary to have the column editor page under project management, a link to our how-to site under project management, and of course another link for your IS libraries and all of their disciplines or purpose, whatever you want to see very quickly. All right.